the Undergraduate Admission Process CUET 2022, organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Atmaram Santandharam College. दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय के नए सत्र 2022-23 के दाखिले से संबंधित ARST कॉलेज के इस वेबिनार में आप सबका स्वागत है. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our distinguished guests on this occasion. Dr. Vikas Gupta, Registrar, University of Delhi, Professor Sanjeev Singh, Joint Director, South Campus, Director, Delhi University Computer Center, and Joint Dean Admissions, University of Delhi. Professor Haneet Gandhi, Dean Admissions, University of Delhi. Dr. Amit Pundir, Deputy Dean Admissions, University of Delhi. Professor Gyantosh Kumar Jha, Principal, Atmaram Santandharam College. Delhi University established and incorporated in the year 1922 through an act of the then Central Legislative Assembly, and it has completed its 100 glorious years on 1st May 2022. The university, which comprised of 3 colleges with 750 students in 1922, has expanded to 90 colleges, 16 faculties, and 86 academic departments, spread over 407 acres across Delhi, with a student strength of more than 6.7 lakhs presently. The Delhi University has always been a pioneer in laying academic milestones for others to follow. It is actively engaged in bringing a paradigm shift in higher education by orienting curriculum, net framework, and structure of the programs with the National Education Policy, NEP 2020. The NEP 2020 aims to transform the education system in the country, and lakhs of students all over the country dream to be a part of this university after completing their schooling. Enabling equal access for enrollment on a level playing field is the first step towards forward in making education accessible and inclusive. A significant step towards this is the adoption of the Common University Entrance Test, CUET 2022, as the mode for admissions of students in various undergraduate programs of the university from the academic year 2022-23. Admissions to all programs will be done through a centralized e-counseling procedure. Atmaram Santandharam College is a premier college of the University of Delhi. It is committed to building an organization in tune with the contemporary demands and enabling the holistic development of all its stakeholders. The college has seen an exponential growth in the past few years. The college is accredited grade A by NAAC and was 12th in the NIRF rankings in 2021, released by the Ministry of Education. The college lays stress on undergraduate research, entrepreneurial initiatives, and skill development. I welcome the principal of our college, Professor Gyantosh Kumar Jha. Sir has always been a guiding light for us in all our endeavors. May I now invite Principal Sir to welcome the guests and share his insights with us.
Thank you, Dr. Vinita Tuli. Namaskar. Good morning to all. Honorable Dr. Vikas Gupta ji, Registrar, Delhi University, Professor Haneet Gandhi, Dean Admission, Professor Sanjeev Singh, Joint Dean Admission, Dr. Amit Pundir, Deputy Dean Admissions of Delhi University, and colleagues and other participants who have joined this webinar, which is on CUET 2022. I welcome, on behalf of Atmaram Santandharam College, it's a great pleasure for me to welcome all the dignitaries who are present in this webinar. I welcome Dr. Vikas Gupta ji, who is always a guiding force and a great friend of mine. So whenever I ask him to join any program organized by ARST College, he always gives me his consent. So I am grateful to you, sir, and honored, feeling honored also that you have joined. I welcome Professor Haneet Gandhi, Professor Sanjeev Singh, Dr. Amit Pundir, that they have given their valuable time for this program and for this webinar. I hope that this CUET 2022 will prove a milestone in the field of admission, undergraduate admission process, because from past several years we are doing admissions on the basis of marks, and right now we are shifting to on the basis of entrance test, and we have felt that when we were deciding cutoff for our college or for any college, so for all the time we find a difficult situation deciding cutoff. But now by this process we will be benefited, and every student will find equal opportunity for everyone. So once again, I welcome you all in this webinar. Thank you so much. Over to Vinita.
Thank you, sir. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Dr. Vikas Gupta, Registrar, University of Delhi. It's always been a privilege to have you with us, sir. And sir, you have always been a mentor and inspiration for us and our college. Dr. Vikas Gupta is also a founder senior director at the National Testing Agency, the NTA. Earlier, he has held positions of Joint Secretary, University Grants Commission, and Joint Registrar, University of Delhi. Sir has also handled multiple administrative responsibilities, which include Director, Distant Education Council, Joint Secretary, CBSE, and the Assistant Director at AICT, to name a few. May I now request Dr. Vikas Gupta to share his insights with us regarding the admissions 2022. Sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vinita. A very good morning to all of you. My dear friend, Professor Gyantosh Kumar Jha, the principal of ARSD College. My colleagues, Professor Haneet Gandhi, Dean Admissions, Professor Sanjeev Singh, Joint Director, South Delhi Campus, as well as the man behind all our computer technologies. Then Mr. Amit Pundir ji, another friend of mine from Department of Electronics only, and my dear fellow colleagues from other universities and the colleges, and my dear students. I'm thankful to ARSD College for giving an opportunity to be part of with you to share my views about the Common University Entrance Test. First thing I want to assure you is that don't get panic that a test is being conducted. The test is being conducted from the course you have studied in class 12 only. As far as this is concerned, then the second point is you don't even have to panic for what kind of courses you are going to opt for taking admissions in the various courses being offered by Delhi University. So Delhi University has taken due care in streamlining the admission process. We have taken care that whatever you have studied in class 12 and whatever examinations you would give under the umbrella of the Common University Entrance Test, you would not be at any disadvantage for seeking admissions. As far as possible, we have relaxed certain criteria for admissions so that the students can be benefited. The main idea for moving to the Common University Entrance Test was that as we have seen in the past, that the boards, there was a variation in the marks being awarded to the students by various boards. So it was very difficult for us to declare a cutoff. Then another point which was there with us, when we used to declare a cutoff, there was a flood of candidates which are coming for admissions. And it is very difficult to stop the admissions after certain cutoff. This time, we are going to have the Common University Entrance Test, which is being conducted by National Testing Agency, an agency of the Government of India. So a uniform platform is available for all the students to appear for that examination. Thereafter, the university would move to the process of online counseling. Now, there will not be any physical contact as we have been doing in the past. Similarly, for this also, there will not be any physical contact with the students. You will be giving your options, your choices, and everything of the course, the colleges in the website or the e-portal we are going to develop further now. And then based on that, we would start the e-counseling process, and the allocation of seat process would take place as it has been taking place in the past for admissions to engineering and medicals. So there will not be any disadvantage. You will be at ease to seek admissions. Only thing is that you do perform well with your own guts and your own feelings. There is no discrepancy in the test is concerned. No coaching is required. Whatever you have studied in class 12, that would be enough for you to qualify this examination is concerned. And now the second part of this webinar is that my colleague, Professor Haneet Gandhi, she would be providing you all the minute details you would be ready with while filling up the forms. And what are the eligibility criteria we have fixed? As you are aware that we have been making admissions in the past on the basis of one language and 3 subjects of the relevant disciplines. Similarly, for this also, we have defined those eligibility criteria. We have not changed the eligibility criteria. Only criteria is that we would be taking admissions only on the basis of the common university entrance course. No other score is required. For science courses, physics, chemistry, mathematics, as in the past was the requirement, or physics, chemistry, biology as past in the requirement will remain the same. But only thing is that you would be appearing in the language also under common university entrance test, and you are required to score at least 30% marks on that examination also. So I convey my sincere thanks to Dr. Gyanto Shah and his team for organizing this program on a Saturday. And I feel maximum number of participants would be benefited with this program, because there are a lot of concerns with the parents, with the students. What is the change in the criteria, how we are getting admissions in Delhi University. So as far as that is concerned, there is no change. Please go ahead, write your examinations, appear for CUET, and then we welcome you for various courses for all the seats in Delhi University. Thank you so much. My best wishes. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for your words of encouragement and giving us your valuable time. Sir, we are very grateful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
I also extend a warm welcome to Professor Haneet Gandhi. Professor Gandhi is a professor in the Department of Education, University of Delhi, and Dean Admissions, University of Delhi. She has provided her valuable guidance and supervision to many research students. Dr. Gandhi has several research publications, articles, and books to her credit. We are really honored to have you with us, ma'am. And may I now invite Professor Gandhi to help us understand undergraduate admissions 2022-23. Ma'am.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vinita Tulli, and thank you very much, Sir Vikas sir. Namaskar. Good morning, sir. Namaskar, Gyanto sir, and morning, Amit sir, and everyone. Thank you, sir, for organizing this webinar and creating an awareness among the students with respect to CUET and the eligibility criteria of University of Delhi, the admission process of University of Delhi. As I think this college is one of the pioneer colleges which always takes the initiative of spreading awareness and being part of the admission process and everywhere, so that students can approach wherever you are, you can approach to the college and seek help from them. तो अभी ये हम बहुत सारे वेबिनार्स यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ दिल्ली कर रही है और ये उसी श्रृंखला का एक और वेबिनार है जो कॉलेज के बिहाफ पे हो रहा है. So I congratulate the entire team of the college for inviting us on this platform and spreading awareness to as many students as possible. As this webinar is also going to be live on YouTube, so many people who want to see it again can rewind and look at the webinar, what we speak about in this 50 or 1 hour talk. So as you all are aware, ये जो इस साल जो हमारा एडमिशन प्रोसेस है वो सिर्फ CUET के स्कोर पर बेस्ड है. कॉमन यूनिवर्सिटी एंट्रेंस टेस्ट 2022 में जो NT के थ्रू हो रहा है उसी के ऊपर सारा हमारा एंट्रेंस इस बार होगा. जितने भी हमारे अंडर ग्रेजुएट के कोर्सेज है, एक्सेप्ट अगर आप NC वेब में एडमिशन चाहते हैं या SUM में, तो आप अपने कक्षा 12वीं के पेपर्स के आधार पर ही लेंगे. लेकिन उसके अलावा हमारे सारे रेगुलर जो हमारे कॉलेजेस है, रेगुलर हमारे जो कोर्सेज है, उन सब में इस साल जो एडमिशन है वो सिर्फ CUET के आधार पर ही होगा. कक्षा 12वीं के नंबर हम अब नहीं जोड़ेंगे. लेकिन जैसा सर ने बताया, विकास रजिस्ट्रार सर ने हमें बताया है, बिल्कुल सेम पॉलिसी से आप घबराइए नहीं। हमें मालूम है कि आपके 12th के एग्जाम्स चल रहे हैं और आप सब बिजी होंगे एग्जाम्स देने में, तो जो आप पढ़ रहे हैं उसी को पढ़ते रहिए, उन्हीं पे ध्यान दीजिए। आपको और किसी भी चीज में घबराने की जरूरत नहीं, बिकॉज ये जो पेपर है हमें पता है बहुत सिंपल होगा, आप सब कर पाएंगे। चॉइस है इस पेपर के अंदर, आप डोमेन स्पेसिफिक सब्जेक्ट जो है जो आप चुनेंगे उसमें भी चॉइस है। आपके 50 क्वेश्चन आएंगे, 40 करने हैं। काफी मुझे उम्मीद है आप लोग सब कम से कम एक बार CUET का अब तो फॉर्म भर चुके होंगे, क्योंकि ये फॉर्म 4 अप्रैल को शुरू हुआ था भरना और 4 मई पहले इनकी लास्ट डेट थी। अब NTA ने वो जो लास्ट डेट है उसको एक्सटेंड कर दिया है 22 मई तक, और उसके बाद 25 से 30 उन्होंने विंडो ओपन की है कि आप अगर आपने कुछ मिस्टेक कर दिए, कुछ करेक्शंस करना चाहे तो वो भी आप कर सकते हैं। तो हालांकि हमें उम्मीद है कि आप में से कई लोग फॉर्म का एक हिस्सा एक बार देख चुके होंगे, अगर फीस नहीं भी है तब भी आपने शायद खोल के देख लिया होगा। सबसे पहले तो आपको ये फॉर्म भरना, पंजीकरण करना या आवेदन करना बहुत जरूरी है। यू हैव टू रजिस्टर टू CUET। CUET का जो प्लेटफॉर्म है उसका वेबसाइट जो है वो उसका नाम है CUET.samarth.ac.in। ये सभी जानकारी हमारी वेबसाइट पे भी जो मैं अभी आपके साथ शेयर कर दूंगी। ये फॉर्म पहले जरूर भरिए। इसमें आपने देखा होगा कि 3 भाग में विभाजित है CUET का पेपर। There are language papers, then there are subject paper, and then there is a general test in which you have to appear. लैंग्वेज पेपर्स जो है वो कोई एक लैंग्वेज जो आपने क्लास 12th में पढ़ी है उसमें पेपर जरूर दीजिए। उसके अलावा भी अगर आप देना चाहते हैं तो आपकी मर्जी है, लेकिन जो आपने 12th में सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़े हैं वो CUET में जरूर चुनिए, बिकॉज दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में एडमिशन लेने के लिए हमने हमारी पॉलिसी है कि जो आपने क्लास 12th में सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़े उन्हीं का चुनाव आप CUET में कम से कम उन पेपर्स का चुनाव जरूर करिए। उसके एक्स्ट्रा अगर आप कर रहे हैं तो वो आपकी मर्जी, आप कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हम जब आपका मेरिट लेंगे तो हम उन्हीं पेपर्स के ऊपर लेंगे जो आपने क्लास 12th में दिए होंगे, उन्हीं पे आप CUET का एग्जाम भी दीजिए। इसके अलावा आप जनरल टेस्ट दे सकते हैं। कोई पेपर जो आपने क्लास 12th में पढ़ा है और वो CUET के डोमेन स्पेसिफिक सब्जेक्ट्स में नहीं है तो उससे मिलता जुलता पेपर जो है वो आप दे सकते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमारे पास कई लोग आए थे जो रेज कर रहे हैं कि उन्होंने फूड टेक्नोलॉजी पढ़ा है, अब वो कौन सा पेपर दे। तो आप क्लास CUET का सिलेबस देखिए, वहां पर जो भी पेपर आपको अपनी फूड टेक्नोलॉजी से सबसे पास लगता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल होम साइंस इज वन ऑफ देम, तो आप उसमें दे सकते हैं। अगर आपने बायोकेमिस्ट्री पढ़ी है तो आप बायोलॉजी का पेपर दीजिए, अगर आपने बायोटेक्नोलॉजी पढ़ी है तो आप बायोलॉजी का पेपर दीजिए। तो इस बेसिस पे आप अपने CUET के पर्चों का चयन कर लीजिए। और फिर आपके पास जो तीसरा है वो है जनरल टेस्ट, जिसमें मैथमेटिकल एप्टीट्यूड, एबिलिटी, जनरल अवेयरनेस और थोड़ा आपकी कक्षा 8वीं तक की जो मैथमेटिक्स है उसके बारे में कुछ प्रश्न पूछे जाएंगे। मैं आपके साथ एक छोटा सा वेबसाइट शेयर कर देती हूँ और CUET के बारे में और हमारी दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी की वेबसाइट आपको दिखा देती हूँ। इसके बाद जो बाकी सारी एलिजिबिलिटीज है वो my colleague and friend Professor Amit Pundir will share with you. So let me just share my screen to tell you about our university website where you will get all the information related to CUET. So is my screen visible, ma'am? Vinita ji?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
So Delhi University की जो website है वो है admission ADMISSION.UOD यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ दिल्ली के लिए और .ac.in। ये वेबसाइट जो अभी आपकी मेरी स्क्रीन पर आपको दिख रही है और आपको भी दिख रही होगी, इसमें सभी जानकारी हमने दी है। इसमें अगर आप और नीचे आएंगे तो जो ये लेफ्ट साइड है, जो राइट पैनल है, यहाँ आपको ऊपर जो रिबन है इसमें आपको पता चल रहा है ये CUET का फॉर्म। अगर आप यहाँ क्लिक करेंगे तो आप CUET की वेबसाइट पे चले जाएंगे, CUET.samarth.ac.in। और इसके अलावा भी अगर आप इसके लेफ्ट राइट पैनल पे अगर आप नीचे जाएंगे तो भी आपको यहाँ पर सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगी कि CUET का फॉर्म कैसे भरना है, एप्लीकेशन गाइडलाइन, सिलेबस क्या है। CUET ने अब NTA ने सारा सिलेबस, सभी जो डोमेन स्पेसिफिक सब्जेक्ट है उनका सिलेबस भी वेबसाइट के ऊपर डाल दिया है, तो आप सिलेबस देख लीजिए। इसके अलावा फॉर्म कैसे भरना है उसके बारे में भी जानकारी है। Then we also have a bulletin of information which is here. please go through this bulletin of information. It tells you about the eligibility criteria of every course and the seat matrix of all the colleges which is there in all the courses which we offer. तो ये आप बुलेटिन ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन इसे जरूर देख लीजिए. आपको स्क्रीन पे 3 और ये जो नीचे रिबन दिख रहे हैं लैवेंडर कलर में, एक हेल्पफुल रिसोर्सेज, इलस्ट्रेटिव एग्जांपल्स एंड वेबिनार्स. वेबिनार्स रेगुलर फीचर है हमारा, एंड ये भी एक जो वेबिनार है जो ARST कॉलेज ने किया, ये उसी श्रृंखला का अब कॉलेज के आधार पर एक वेबिनार है. तो ये वेबिनार्स भी हम टाइम एंड अगेन वी आर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग दीज वेबिनार्स. इस अगर आप जाएंगे तो हमने 3 वेबिनार्स अभी तक ऑर्गेनाइज किए थे, उसकी भी आपको सारी जानकारी मिल जाएगी. पहला वेबिनार था जिसमें हमने CUET के बारे में बात की थी. उसके बाद हमने रिजर्व पॉलिसीज जो हैं और रिजर्व स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं, रिजर्व बैकग्राउंड कहते हैं, उनके लिए दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में क्या प्रावधान है, किस तरह की स्कॉलरशिप्स है, किस तरह आप फॉर्म भरें, क्या फॉर्म भरने में आपको दस्तावेजों की जरूरत है, किस तरह से आप प्रतिलिपि को अपलोड करेंगे, इन सब पर बारे में हमने इस वेबिनार में बात की थी. और जो हमारा हाल ही में वेबिनार हुआ था उसमें हमने सिर्फ PWD कैंडिडेट्स के लिए ऑर्गेनाइज किया था. Here all the students who wish to apply under the PWD category, persons with benchmark disabilities, can take advantage of this webinar. This webinar was also presented in a sign language interpretation. So anything that you wish to know more than from all these webinars, you can go to these webinars and look at it. Along with this, we have also published a lot of helpful resources. For example, how to fill the form. There is a tutorial in English and Hindi language where you can get a step-by-step guidance कि आप CUET का form कैसे भरेंगे. Then we have also published a lot of illustrative examples कि किस कोर्स में आप एडमिशन लेना चाहते हैं. तो आपके पास these are all in diagrammat in flow chart form. For example, BCom ऑनर्स में अगर आप एडमिशन लेना चाहते हैं तो आप देख सकते हैं आपकी स्क्रीन पे प्रोग्राम स्पेसिफिक एलिजिबिलिटीज दी है. उसके साथ फिर आपको बताया कि आप रजिस्टर करिए CUET में. अगर आपने ये सब्जेक्ट्स लिए हैं, इंग्लिश, हिंदी, अकाउंटेंसी, इकोनॉमिक्स, मैथमेटिक्स एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, तो आपका CUET का स्कोर कैसे बनेगा हमारी एलिजिबिलिटीज के हिसाब से, वो हमने फिर राइट साइड में पूरा डिटेल में दिया हुआ है कि आप किस तरह से आपके कॉम्बिनेशंस बनेंगे और CUET आप यूनिवर्सिटी में एडमिशन के लिए आपका कौन सा कॉम्बिनेशन कंसीडर होगा. तो ये बहुत सारा हमने काम करा है जो हमारी वेबसाइट पे है. एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल टू टेक अ लुक एट दिस वेबसाइट. कमिंग टू CUET एंड CUET प्लेटफॉर्म. CUET, as you all are familiar, this offers language papers, subject specific papers and a general test. As everybody is saying and we are reiterating, you must choose at least one language for admissions to University of Delhi. दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय में किसी भी कार्यक्रम में प्रवेश लेने के लिए आपको एक भाषा, और ये भाषा वही होनी चाहिए जो आपने कक्षा 12वीं में पढ़ी थी, उसमें पेपर देना अनिवार्य है. कई जगह जो हमारे साइंस के पेपर्स है उसमें हम सिर्फ उस लैंग्वेज कंपोनेंट का 30% देंगे, यानी आपको सिर्फ कुछ एक हद तक पास होना चाहिए इस लैंग्वेज के पेपर में. लेकिन इन मोस्ट ऑफ द प्रोग्राम्स लैंग्वेज इज पार्ट ऑफ द मेरिट, व्हिच मींस जो आपके लैंग्वेज में पेपर मार्क्स आएंगे वो जोड़े जाएंगे और उन सभी के समेशन के आधार पर आपकी मेरिट बनेगी. इसके बारे में अमित सर और आपको डिटेल में भी बता देंगे. CUET का जो पेपर है वो 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड है. स्लॉट 1 और स्लॉट 2 में आपको इन 3 पार्ट्स में से सब्जेक्ट जो है वो चुनने हैं. स्लॉट 1 में आप एक भाषा ले सकते हैं और किन्हीं 2 विषयों का चयन कर सकते हैं और एक जनरल टेस्ट चुन सकते हैं. बाय द वे, स्लॉट 1 और स्लॉट 2 ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई हायरार्की है. स्लॉट 1 नहीं भी दिया तो आप स्लॉट 2 से भी ले सकते हैं. ये सिर्फ एक कन्वीनियंस मोड है, बिकॉज आप कितने पेपर्स देंगे और एनटीए को मैनेज करना होगा इतने पेपर्स, तो उन्होंने इन पर्चों को 2 स्लॉट्स में बांटा है, विभाजित किया है. इन स्लॉट 1 यू कैन चूज एनी 1 लैंग्वेज, 2 domain specific subjects and 1 general test. This is the maximum that you can choose in slot 1. इन सभी में और जो स्लॉट 2 है उसमें आप फिर भाषा या डोमेन स्पेसिफिक सब्जेक्ट ले सकते हैं. At the most you can choose only 9 papers. सो आप जब टेस्ट देंगे तो आप सिर्फ मैक्सिमम जो है 9 सब्जेक्ट्स का चयन कर सकते हैं। ये 9 सब्जेक्ट्स ऐसे हो सकते हैं कि आपने 2 लैंग्वेज ली और 6 सब्जेक्ट्स भी लिए और एक जनरल टेस्ट ले लिया मैक्सिमम, या फिर आपने 3 लैंग्वेजेस ली, 5 सब्जेक्ट लिए और एक जनरल टेस्ट ले लिया। तो ये 9 का कॉम्बिनेशन, जनरल टेस्ट को एक तरफ अगर रख दे तो 8 में आपके पास ये कॉम्बिनेशन है 2 + 6 और 3 + 5। तो इस तरह से आप अपने लैंग्वेज को और मीडियम को, लैंग्वेज को और सब्जेक्ट को चुन सकते हैं और जनरल टेस्ट ले सकते हैं। जिस तरह से आप स्लॉट का चयन करेंगे उसी हिसाब से आपकी फीस भी होगी। तो अगर आप सिर्फ स्लॉट 1 में बैठेंगे तो जनरल कैटेगरी 650 रुपीज का रजिस्ट्रेशन फीस देंगे, और अगर आप स्लॉट 2 भी चुनते हैं तो आपको 1300 रुपए देंगे। इसी तरह बाकी कैटेगरी के कैंडिडेट, फॉर एग्जांपल पीडब्ल्यूबीडी कैंडिडेट अगर लेते हैं तो वो 550 रुपीज देंगे फॉर द स्लॉट 1 एंड 550 रुपीज फॉर चूजिंग स्लॉट 2। इन ऑल द सब्जेक्ट एक्सेप्ट जनरल टेस्ट आपको बहुत चॉइस भी दी जा रही है सीयूईटी में। ये एक कारण है जिसमें हम कह रहे हैं कि प्लीज डोंट वरी, प्लीज डोंट गो फॉर एनी कोचिंग, प्लीज स्टडी ओनली योर क्लास 12th पेपर्स वेरी वेल एंड रीविजिट देम। अगर आप स्लॉट अगर आप ये अगर आप लैंग्वेजेस और डोमेन लेते हैं तो ये 40 क्वेश्चंस आपको करने हैं, 50 क्वेश्चंस आपकी स्क्रीन पे होंगे। तो जो भी आप सब्जेक्ट चुनेंगे या जो भी लैंग्वेज चुनेंगे उसमें आपके पास 50 क्वेश्चंस का आपकी चॉइस होगी। 50 में से आपको सिर्फ 40 क्वेश्चन करने हैं, 10 क्वेश्चन आप छोड़ सकते हैं। नेगेटिव मार्किंग है, इसलिए पहले क्वेश्चन ध्यान से पढ़ लीजिए, देख लीजिए कि आपको कौन से जिसमें आप बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट है उन्हीं उनका चयन कीजिए, प्रश्नों का चयन कीजिए और फिर उत्तर देना शुरू करिए। आपको 45 मिनट दिए जाएंगे टू आंसर ईच ऑफ दीज लैंग्वेज डोमेन एंड द डोमेन स्पेसिफिक पेपर्स। जो जनरल टेस्ट है उसमें आपके पास 60 क्वेश्चन आपको करने हैं और आपकी स्क्रीन पर 75 क्वेश्चन होंगे। ये और आपको मिलेंगे भी 60 मिनट यानी 1 घंटे की अवधि है जिसके अंदर आपको करने भी 60 क्वेश्चन है और 75 क्वेश्चन है। तो 15 क्वेश्चन आपकी चॉइस है। यहाँ भी नेगेटिव मार्किंग है तो ध्यान से करिए, पढ़ के करिए। सीयूईटी का जो पूरा पेपर है वो आपका द्विभाषी यानी बाइलिंगुअल होगा। आप जिस मीडियम में चूज करेंगे एक्सेप्ट लैंग्वेजेस को छोड़कर जो डोमेन स्पेसिफिक पेपर है वो 2 भाषा में आपकी स्क्रीन पर आएगा। तो आप जो भी लैंग्वेज चूज करेंगे वो और इंग्लिश। तो सपोज करिए आपने तमिल चूज किया है तो आपके जो डोमेन स्पेसिफिक सब्जेक्ट्स हैं वो आपके पास आपकी स्क्रीन पे तमिल और इंग्लिश में आएंगे। तो आप आराम से अपना जिस मीडियम में आप कंफर्टेबल है उसमें पेपर दे सकते हैं। फाइनली एज आई सेड कि इसमें नेगेटिव मार्किंग है तो ध्यान से देख के करिएगा और पूरा क्वेश्चन पेपर पढ़ के देखिए। सिलेबस को जरूर देख लीजिए। कई बच्चे हमें लिख रहे हैं कि कुछ बोर्ड्स ने कुछ सिलेबस डिडक्ट किया था बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड and because this class 12 some syllabus is deducted. The government and NTA is well sensitive and they are familiar with these aspects, so they have taken due caution in deciding the syllabus also. The syllabus has been kept in taking in cognizance of all these aspects. Please believe us, we are with you, everyone is with you, everything is under your favor. Everyone from the government is sensitive to your issues and your problems. So we request you to not panic. Please do not panic. It's a very simple aspect. Whatever you are studying in your class 12, it will be asked in this paper also with a spectrum of choices on your screen, in your paper. अब इसके बाद अभी तो क्योंकि आप क्लास 12 का एग्जाम दे रहे हैं तो अभी आप सिर्फ सीयूईटी का फॉर्म भरने पे ध्यान दीजिए। जो भी आपके सर्टिफिकेट्स हैं, हाँ कुछ बातें और ध्यान देने वाली कि आपकी जो फोटोग्राफ है वो ठीक हो। आप नाम फिल करने में गलती मत करिए बिकॉज यही डेटा फिर आगे यूनिवर्सिटीज में भी जाएगा जहां पर आपका एडमिशन बेस होगा। सो आवर रिक्वेस्ट टू यू इज दैट fill the form in a very calm manner, go through each page of the form, look at the tutorials, look at the format, the helpful guidelines which are there on the CUET Samarth portal also. पहले ध्यान से गाइडलाइंस देख लीजिए। आज 14 तारीख है, अभी भी आपके पास पूरा 1 हफ्ता है फॉर्म फिल करने के लिए, बहुत टाइम है। अपने सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स एक फोल्डर में डाल लीजिए। कुछ गलतियां बच्चे करते हैं, अपना क्लास 10th का सर्टिफिकेट, 12th का फोटोग्राफ, सिग्नेचर, नाम, जो नाम आपकी क्लास 10th की सर्टिफिकेट है वही आपके इसमें भी डालिए, जो डेट ऑफ बर्थ है। कहीं अपने नाम टाइप, या कई बार ऐसे होता है कि फादर फॉर्म फिल करने तो गलती में जैसे दिस इज लाइक वी गेट इनटू द ट्रेंड कि अपना नाम लिख देते हैं, तो कई बार फादर का नाम चला गया कैंडिडेट के नाम पे। ये छोटी छोटी गलतियां, लेकिन ये फिर आगे रिवर्ट होने में बहुत मुश्किल होती है। लेकिन इसके बावजूद अगर गलती हो भी जाती है तब भी आपको 25 के बाद टाइम दिया जाएगा अपनी गलती को ठीक करने का। उसमें प्लीज ठीक कर लीजिए, ताकि आपको आगे किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी में आप अप्लाई करेंगे, किसी भी प्रोग्राम में आप अप्लाई करें, तो वहां ये गलती आगे ना जाती जाए। सो वी रिक्वेस्ट यू दैट प्लीज फिल द फॉर्म वेरी केयरफुली, आराम से, संयम से, पेशेंस के साथ फॉर्म फिल करिए। ये गलती, ईमेल आईडी अपना ही भरिए, किसी और का अवॉइड करिए, या वो ईमेल आईडी भरिए जो आपके साथ, अगर आपके पेरेंट आपका मॉनिटर कर रहे हैं तो आपके पेरेंट का ईमेल आईडी हो, ताकि बाद में जितनी भी कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंस होगी, जैसे एनटी आपसे करना चाहे या कोई यूनिवर्सिटी, कोई भी अन्य यूनिवर्सिटी करना चाहे, तो वो आपके उसी ईमेल पे कर सके। फोन नंबर में डिजिट ध्यान से, कोई जल्दी नहीं है, देखो, भरो और फिर उसके बाद सेव पे जाओ। उसके बाद भी वो आपसे पूछता है कि आप श्योर हैं, आपने देख लिया अपना फॉर्म। जब पूरी तरह से तसल्ली हो जाए तो सेव करते जाइए, आगे बढ़ते जाइए और फिर पेमेंट की तरफ बढ़िए। सो दीज आर सम माइनर पॉइंट्स बट दे बिकम वेरी क्रूशियल लेटर ऑन। जितनी यूनिवर्सिटीज आप चुनना चाहे, जितने प्रोग्राम्स में आप एडमिशन लेना चाहे, वो भी आप सीयूईटी के फॉर्म में चुन सकते हैं, ले सकते हैं। अभी तक की जानकारी जो कल भी न्यूज़पेपर में था और एनटीए की वेबसाइट पे, 86 universities are going to adopt CUET for their admissions. So be very careful in, you can choose any university, any program. In Delhi University, we are giving you an option to choose 73 programs. You can choose all of them. If you are eligible to each of them, and if you're giving papers in CUET and you're eligible, please go ahead and choose all of them. If you've taken a gap year, even then you have to come to CUET. अगर आपने किसी कारणवश पढ़ाई छोड़ दी है, या अब आप दोबारा से ग्रेजुएशन फर्स्ट ईयर से करना चाहते हैं, तो भी आप CUET ही देंगे। आपके क्लास 12 के मार्क्स अब हम नहीं कंसिडर करेंगे। आप CUET 2022 में ही बैठिए और इसके थ्रू आप किसी भी अंडरग्रेजुएट प्रोग्राम में दाखिला ले सकते। So I think that's all from my side, and I end by congratulating the college for giving us this platform, and request Professor Amit Pundir ji to now share the eligibility criteria of University of Delhi.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving details regarding CUET 2022. And I'm sure that all the DU aspirants are going to benefit from the explanation that you have given. Thank you, ma'am. I seek this opportunity to welcome Dr. Amit Pundir. Dr. Pundir is an associate professor in the Department of Electronics, Maharaja Agrasen College, University of Delhi, and also the Deputy Dean Admissions, University of Delhi. Dr. Pundir is a keen researcher and has several research publications in journals of international repute to his credit. He has also held several administrative positions in his college. We are really honored to have you with us, sir, and invite you to explain in details and share your presentation regarding CUET 2022.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Vinita. Thank you, Professor Haneet, Registrar, sir, and Professor Yantosh, sir, for giving us this opportunity, for providing this platform to interact with the faculty members and the prospective students. As CUET is, it's happening for the first time, there are many questions in the minds of faculty members and the prospective students, and it is important to address them. As Haneet ma'am has just, given the detailed framework of CUET, how you can, choose the subjects. And important thing here is that 86 universities are already on board. And CUET is a common entrance test. So eligibility, they change across programs, across universities. So it is very, it is very important to understand what are the programs a particular university offers and what are the eligibility and how it changes from a particular category of programs to another category of programs. Because CUET gives you a lot of flexibility. You can choose up to 9 That is one option which is there at CUET level. But then Delhi University will consider only those subjects in which you have appeared in 12th class. So that's a very major point, important point here. And similarly, there are few more important points, as Registrar sir also mentioned, that we have kept this year also. We have kept the eligibility is as same. There are minor tweakings here and there. It is at the macro level they are same, but then the component of CUET will be the only criteria this year. So I have a small presentation to share with you. So I will be sharing my screen. Okay, so I hope this screen is visible to all.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so ma'am has just explained the CUET framework, so I will remain focused on the eligibilities of University of Delhi. University for this year onwards, the admission to UG programs offered by colleges, because all regular programs will be through CUET only. Okay, and the admissions to the other schools like School of Open Learning, non-collegiate, Women Education Board, and foreign students will not be through CUET. Okay, they will this admission will be offered the way they were given till the last year. Okay, and another this point here is that all the admissions this year in the regular program will be based only on the score which is going to be CUET score, and no weightage will be given to the 12th class board examination. And all the candidates who seek admission in the reserved categories or in the supernumerary seats like sports, ECA, etc., they will also have to come through CUET. Okay, and there is no disadvantage for changing the stream. Earlier, till last year, the science students who used to take admission in BA programs, we used to impose a certain kind of penalty, disadvantage on such students. But this year, this has been done away with. There is no disadvantage on changing the stream. Gap year, again, as ma'am has just explained, it's not a bar, but you have to come through CUET. Now, each program has Delhi University offers 73 programs, and in different categories like arts, science, technology, management, vocational subjects, music, education, sports. So all these eligibilities of all the 73 programs in detail are there in the Bulletin of Information. It's a very detailed document, very comprehensive document. It is there on our website. So before you start filling the CUET form, we will advise you to download that Bulletin of Information from there, go through it thoroughly, and then start filling the form, because it is very important to choose right kind of subjects, right kind of combination in CUET. Okay. So here you see this. There are two. The eligibility to take admission in Delhi University is two-tier eligibility. One is the minimum eligibility. Earlier, it used to vary from program to program. In few programs, it was 50%, somewhere it was 45%, but this year we have made it uniform across the programs. So the candidate who has passed the 12th class examination is considered to be eligible. Okay, but in addition to this, every program has a program-specific eligibility. So few programs, they admit a student on the basis of just 3 subjects. They are mainly science honor subjects. But from this year, the language is qualifying in this. That means the marks which you score in CUET will not be considered to decide your rank in that particular program. It is only qualifying, and you have to score 30% marks in the language. There are many courses which offer admission on the basis of 1 language plus 3 subjects, and this was the criteria till last year also. So it has not changed at all. There are many programs in which admission was given through entrance test, So this year, there are such programs. They will be giving admission on the basis of a language, one subject plus entrance test. So these are the three categories of eligibilities. I will be taking one or two example each from all the categories, because it is not possible to take all the programs here. So I have taken just one or two examples from all the categories: science, humanities, and music, etc. But one important point which I want to make here is that if you look at the eligibilities, then taking one language is mandatory. So if you want to take admission in University of Delhi, then you have to appear in at least one language. If you do not appear in it, then you are disqualified. You are not eligible from any from taking admission in any program in University of Delhi. So that is one point which is important, and we must tell our students that they must appear in at least one of the language. Okay, so this is the CUET structure, as Haneet just explained. It is a three-layer structure. Section 1A has 33 languages, and I just mentioned that appearing in one out of these 33 is important. Then there are 27 domain-specific subjects, and you can choose up to a maximum of 6 from this section. You can choose 5 also, you can 1 also, but up to 6 you can choose. Delhi University will consider either 3 or 2. For few courses it is 2 subjects, and for few subject programs it is 3 subjects, and we will automatically pick the best combination in which you appear. So you need not worry about the number of courses. We will consider the subjects in which you have studied at the 12th class and you have appeared in CUET. You may appear in more than 3. We will consider 3. You may appear in more than 3. The algorithm sitting at the back will pick the best combination out of them, and you will be and we will rank them accordingly, and then the counseling will happen. Okay. So these are the 33 languages. These are the 33 languages which are there in the section A, and you have to choose one out of them. Now we come to the section 2 of CUET. It has 27 domain-specific subjects, which we have divided into 2 lists, list B1 and B2. So earlier also we used to have 2 lists, academic subjects and others. So this year also we are continuing with the same practice. So we have arranged these 27 subjects like this, right, which are there in front of you. Subjects like engineering, graphic, entrepreneurship, teaching aptitude, mass media, physical education, they are in list B2. And the other 18 subjects like accountancy, business studies, mathematics, physics, sociology, Sanskrit, they are in list B1. And we will the student can choose any subject from any list. We will be giving 100% weightages to list B2. Earlier there used to be a penalty. If we used to take subjects from list others, then we used to impose a penalty of, I think, 2.5% or something like that while deciding the rank or the eligibility. This year there will be no penalty. Okay, there will be no penalty. All disadvantages has been done away with. The only thing is that a student can choose only one subject from list B1. He cannot choose more than one from list B2. And this, when I will take the specific program, specific eligibilities in the next few slides, you will understand it better why we have done it like this. So I will be, taking 1 or 2 examples from all the categories. So the first, which is a very simple eligibility to understand, is these science courses, honors science courses. So I will be starting with them, like in courses like BSc Honors Biological Sciences, Botany, Geology. The eligibility is like physics, chemistry, and biology. But here you can see we have written biology or biological studies and biotechnology. So Delhi University will consider the subject which you have studied in 12th class. So if you have studied biological studies or biotechnology in 12th class, but you can appear in biology paper of CUET, which is in list B1. So the eligibility remains the same for us, physics, chemistry, and biology. Okay. If for programs like chemistry honors, physics honors, and polymer science honors, the eligibility is simple: physics, chemistry, maths. The best, there is no combination, there is no variation. It is a very simple eligibility: physics, chemistry, and mathematics is freezed. So candidate has to appear in these three subjects in CUET. What is the new this year is that the candidate has to appear in one language and score a minimum 30% marks in that. These marks of language will, but this remains as a qualifying mark for the science honors programs. Okay, now for these courses which we just discussed, the eligibility was freeze. There was no variation. But now we move on to the next program, which is like computer science, mathematics, and statistics. Here the eligibility is changing. Now the language is the part of the combination, and it will be considered for deciding the rank. Mathematics becomes compulsory here. So mathematics and language, you can choose any language, but you have to pick one language. And mathematics is there as a compulsory subject. Now the remaining two subjects can be from B1. You can choose both the subjects from B1, or you can choose one from B1 and one from B2. But you cannot choose both the subjects from B2. So I go to that slide once again. This, if you choose a language, mathematics, and you choose for, let's say, teaching aptitude and agriculture, then you become ineligible. So this is the second important point which I want to make here, that when you advise students to choose the right kind of combination, then you must specify that you cannot, the Delhi University will not consider two subjects from list B2. So they have to be very careful in choosing the subjects from section 2. Although section 2 is giving a lots of flexibility, you can choose up to 6 from these two lists. But if a student is appearing, let's say 2 or 3 subjects, and he decides to appear in these subjects from list B2, then he will be ineligible later on. Now, in the subjects like environmental sciences, this has two combinations. You can take physics, chemistry, or biology, then also you are eligible, or the combination 2 is physics, chemistry, and maths. So any combination out of these two. But again, the student can appear in all the 4 subjects: physics, chemistry, biology, and mathematics. It is possible. So we will make the 2 combinations. The students can take them, appear in 4 subjects. It's okay. We at the University of Delhi level, we will make 2 combinations, one with physics, chemistry, biology, physics, chemistry, and mathematics, and we will then take the best combination to decide the rank. Now we move to the other set of programs, and these are like BA honors programs in front of you. Applied psychology, psychology, history, sociology, social work, geography, philosophy, and political science. All these programs, like the last year, will continue to have the same criteria. We'll have to, one language and any 3 subjects. This used to be our criteria till the last year. So this year, we are continuing the same. There is a minor tweaking here, that one language from list A, that is okay. Now, for the remaining the remaining 3 subjects, candidate can choose 2 from list B1, and the 4th subject can be from list B1 or B2. So if he selects 4th subject from list B2, there will not be any penalty, there will not be any disadvantage. It will be considered as one of the eligible subject. The only restriction here is that we can have only 1 subject from list B2. So the eligibility is like this: 1 language and any 3 subject, which can be from list B1, or 2 can be from B1 and 1 can be from B2. BA honors economics, here the eligibility is slightly different from other BA honors courses because mathematics is compulsory here. Now we move to the third category, and that is the languages. There are many language courses offered by the University of Delhi, like Punjabi, Urdu, Persian, Arabic, French, German, Bengali. There are many language programs. Here again, there is a minor, there is an important point to be noted. There are two combinations here, but there is a difference there is a small difference of giving preferences. So I would like to discuss that. Except in Hindi and English, there are for other language courses, there will be two combinations. And the combination one will be if you are seeking admission, for example, in BA Honours Punjabi, if you are seeking admission in BA Honours Punjabi and you appear in Punjabi from list A, if you choose Punjabi from list A, if you have studied Punjabi in your 12th class and you appear in CUET in Punjabi from list A, then you can have any two subjects from list B1 and the fourth subject can be from list B1 or B2. Okay, so this is combination one. But the students who have not studied Punjabi language at 12th class, they are also eligible to take admission in Punjabi by appearing in combination two. That means they can choose any language and the remaining three subjects. So now this way we have two combinations. So the change here is that we will be giving preference to the student who has appeared in combination one. So after giving them this choice of their course, if the seats remain vacant, only then combination two will be considered. So that is a change here for language courses. Okay, now we move to the another set of programs, and in which the eligibility is again changing. So what is the change here? For the programs like BA program, these are very sought after programs, BA programs, vocational programs, BCom Pass and BSc Pass. So earlier in majority of these courses, the eligibility used to be a language and three courses. So language and three best subjects. So that remains the same. Language, two subjects from B1 and the fourth one can be from B1 and B2. That remains the same. But we are providing another channel to these to students who are desirous of seeking admission in these programs. And this is that they can choose one language and only one subject from B1, any one subject which can be from B1 or B2, and the general test, which is introduced for the first time in CUET. In CUET, it is there. So by appearing in general test, they are eligible to take admission in BA program, BCom Pass and BSc Pass. This channel is not available if you are seeking admission in BA Honours or BSc Honours. This is available for BA program, the courses mentioned here. So there are again two combinations and we will be receiving two scores, one for combination one and combination two. And as ma'am mentioned, this in general test, there will be 60 questions. Haneet ma'am just mentioned this, that if you appear for section 2 domain specific subject, the candidate has to appear, has to take 40 questions. But in general test, the one has to take 60 questions. So for this, the university will do proration. We will bring the two scores at par and then we'll decide the rank. So for all these programs, there will be a proration before deciding the rank. Now, for BCom Honours is another very sought after course, and the eligibility till last year used to be a language and a mathematics and any two best subjects. So that combination is still there as it is, but in CUET, if you look at the list of 27 subjects, then accountancy is also there as a main subject. So those students who take accountancy in CUET, they will also be eligible for BCom Honours. So it is like language, mathematics, that is one combination, and a language and accountancy and any two subjects, out of which one can be from B2. So that is the eligibility for BCom Honours programs. Now there were few programs till last year in which admissions were given through entrance test. There used to be a joint entrance test, and these courses are these business economics. Few of them are here: Bachelor of Management Studies, Bachelor of Business Administration, Financial Investment Analysis. From this year, the admission will be one language, mathematics, and section 3, that is general test. So it is, again, it becomes very simple for us, like physics honors, physics, chemistry, maths. Now all these courses will have freezed eligibility, language, mathematics, and the general test. So there is no problem of making combinations or no progression, nothing. It's a simple eligibility. Okay, now this I have taken this example of education here because there is again a minor change here, which is important to note. I mentioned in the minimum eligibility part. Now anyone who has done 12th class is eligible to take admission in University of Delhi, just eligible. But this particular course is a professional course which is governed by the NCTE 2014 regulations, and that specifies that the student has to have 50% marks in aggregate in 12th class exam. So the minimum eligibility here is not just passed in 12th, but minimum 50% in 12th class. The other program specific eligibility is same as it was for BA honors courses. Now, another set of programs where we used to have a performance-based test, like in music, in sports, we used to have a performance-based test. So that will continue this year also. Now this performance-based test will happen in online mode or in offline mode. That is very difficult to say at this point of time. So I would advise you to keep visiting University of Delhi website for notices. But one thing I'm sure that this performance-based test will happen this year, and a proper weightage will be given to this. So here the eligibility is changing significantly. Now we are giving only 50 some weightage to CUET score, and a weightage will be given to performance-based test both, and the rank will be decided on the cumulative score. Like for example, in this programs like Hindustani music, Karnataka music, and Hindustani percussion, there are two combinations here. One combination is one language, and you can choose performing arts from list B2. So list B2, you can have one program here. So this is the only program where you can you can choose one from B2, and any two subjects from list B1. So if you choose that becomes your combination 1. And if you do not choose, because the person may not have studied performing arts or these kind of subjects in 12th class, but they are also eligible. So that we are there is a second channel for such students. They can have any language, and they can have any subjects from B2, and they can have the 4th subject from B2. So these two combinations will be there, and we will be picking the best combination. And then we will be adding 50% weightage to the performance-based test. So 50% weightage goes to CUET and 50% to this performance-based test. Then the same will be applicable for BSc Physical Education. Now, these were the one or two examples from different categories of programs where there is a change in eligibility. So I have considered only those programs, and I have tried to highlight the changes, which are the important points to note. The remaining, which we have not taken here, they are similar the way they were till last year, and a very detailed document, a very comprehensive document with all these seat matrix and the examples, which one of that I am showing here. They're all available on Delhi University website. You will find these examples for all the programs, in addition to videos, and which ma'am just mentioned. These are self-explanatory diagrams. These infographics will be available for all the programs. So what I am trying to show here is that students need not worry about the combinations and what combination is eligible for what particular programs. They appear in, in maximum number of subjects in which they have appeared in 12th class. Now, in this particular example, for BA Honours English, the eligibility, Delhi University eligibility is shown here in the blue block, and the student appears in these subjects, which are shown in green block. So history, geography, economics, and then the student has appeared in CUET in two subjects which are from list B2. So this dashed line shows that the B1 list subjects and B2 subjects. So the student here in this particular example is appearing in 6 papers, English, and 5 other papers. Now these 6 papers will have these many combinations. The combinations which are shown in green are valid combinations. They will be considered for providing admissions. And there are the one which are shown in red are not valid combinations. They are invalid. They will not be considered because in these combinations, you will see that there are 2 subjects from list B2. So these combinations will not be considered. Even if we do not consider them, we have, for this particular example, we have 7 possible combinations, 7. So we will calculate all, and we will pick the best combination for deciding the rank. This is an example while considering 6 subjects. This combination will increase if a student takes a CUET in 9, 8, or 9 subjects. But the student need not worry about this. He has to select the right kind of paper, which makes him eligible, right set of combination of subjects, I would say, which makes him eligible in maximum programs in University of Delhi. So we will consider all possible combinations. So this particular example is shown here, and these are already there on our website. I showed few of them, but they can, and there will be more if need be. Yeah, so I have tried to cover all the categories of programs which Delhi University offers. I have taken 1 or 2 examples. So and I have tried to cover almost all the categories. So in addition to these eligibilities, there are just 1 or 2 points which I would like to make here. That we have just mentioned about the tutorial videos, we have mentioned about the illustrative examples. In addition to that, we have one tool, I would say, utility, and that is the chatbot utility and email facility on our website. So if you have any query or any query comes to your mind, you just log in there and you drop your query. If we receive this query between 9 AM to 5 PM, we will reply on the same day. But if you drop the query after 5 PM, then we will reply on the next day, but you will get the reply. It's a very effective tool and it's working very fine. So I would advise that if you have any query related with CUET or eligibilities or anything else, just related to CUET entrance test, please visit this and drop your query there. We will be more than happy to answer that. And there will be series of open houses and webinars, and they are going to continue for some times now. The videos are available on website on theme-based, I would say, specific themes. We have videos which are uploaded on that. So with this, I would like to conclude. And I am sure there would be many questions because this is happening for the first time. Whatever we have taken 5-6 seminars, but still we receive so many queries on daily basis. So we would be happy to take them here. So thank you very much, the entire team which has organized this webinar.
Thank you, Dr. Amit, for discussing in details the eligibility criteria through your PowerPoint presentation. And it is really going to benefit all the DU aspirants and all of us who are associated with admissions, and we are going through the CUET 2022 for the first time. Thank you, Dr. Amit. Now the house is open for questions. So there are many questions. So let me take one by one. I'll quickly. The first is from Bhavna. She's saying for physics honors, is mathematics compulsory?
Yes, yes. For physics honors, the eligibility is physics, chemistry, and maths, the way it used to be till last year.
Next question is, they're asking in BA program, is the general test important? That means, is it compulsory?
Yeah, for BA program, just there are two combinations. One is that you have one language and 3 subjects, out of which 2 can be from B1 and 1 can be from B2, or you can have the remaining, you can have all the 3 subjects from B1. Then there is another combination, another channel, I would say, another channel, and that is that you take a language and a domain specific subject and general test. So that is an option, that is combination 2, that is option 2. So you can, for if you appear in general test, you become eligible for program, but it is not mandatory. You can have combination 1 also.
Okay, thank you, Amit. There is one from Chandan Kumar. Haneet ma'am, can you answer? Can we leave questions if we don't know the answer in CUET general test?
So there are no, there is, of course, you see, you have to attempt all the questions up to 40 or 60 questions, as they say. If you don't know a question, it's better to leave rather than go for a negative marking. But this is, of course, on your risk-taking abilities. There is no deduction on leaving a question, but if you attempt it wrong, then there is a negative mark.
Thank you, ma'am. And one is from Dr. Akanksha Chetri. Can we do 2 degrees or diploma together?
So university is yet to take a decision on this, and very soon whatever is finalized will be uploaded on our website.
Okay, ma'am. Next is from Pushpender Singh. Can we adopt psychology for CUET? If I haven't studied it in 12th, can he take it as for his exam?
You see, as far as NT or CUET pattern goes, you can. But for admission to University of Delhi, we will consider the score of only those subjects in which you have studied class 12 and given CUET. So as far as if you wish to do it, you can for other universities, but we will not consider your psychology marks for any of our subjects, because we will consider only those subjects which you've studied in class 12. Many other universities may be taking it.
Okay, ma'am. Amit, one is for eligibility criteria. They are saying mathematics, is it essential for BCom honors? And general test, is it compulsory for BCom honors, or we can do away with it?
From BCom honors, mathematics is compulsory. That is combination 1. You can have mathematics, but you can choose accountancy also in place of mathematics. So mathematics is compulsory, but there is another option this year that in place of mathematics you can have accountancy also. Either or, maths or accountancy.
Okay. Thank you, Amit. One aspirant is asking if any students belong to science stream and now he wants to study BA honors political science. Is this combination possible? Please suggest.
Yes. It is possible. We are very much possible. Till last year, we used to impose, a certain penalty for doing this, for changing this stream. So this year, there will be no disadvantage. There will be no penalty, and you or the candidate is eligible to take admission in BA honors.
And another, the same question, BSc honors computer science, they haven't studied mathematics, so they can't do.
No, they're eligible.
Is there BA-led program available?
Which program?
Bachelor of Education, BLEd, elementary education.
Bachelor of Elementary Degree. Yes, it is available. Earlier, it used to be on an entrance base. This time also it is on entrance, but through CUET. And I think Sir did mention the eligibility. I think
That's
he did.
50%.
Most of them, they are asking the same questions. Let me see if any new question. Okay, one is there. Can we do 2 degree or diploma if any diploma regular and graduation distance based? That means 1 regular and 1 distance.
As I just said, please wait for the decision of the university on 2 regular, 1 regular, 1 non-regular, diploma, degree, 2 degrees. All these dual degrees which you wish to, or dual diploma degree programs that you wish to do, please wait for some time, let the university declare its policy.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Anuj is asking, all these exams, will they happen on the same day or a particular exam will happen on different days? Same day or different days?
So you see these slots, as NTAs will obviously be making slots depending upon the number of candidates those who have opted for a particular paper. For example, yesterday it was in the newspaper that many students have opted for mathematics and physics, and then there are other courses in which the numbers are going so on. They have to take out slots and the centers, and they have to optimize this process of candidates and centers along with the number of papers that they have to do. So although they will try to give it on in the same day, but if the days can vary, the slots can vary. So this, I think NT has already published it in their information bulletin that test may not happen on the same day. This depends, they have to look at a lot of feasibility optimization aspects.
Next question is, how much marks are compulsory to gain to pass CUET?
Well,
That will be preparing, right?
Nothing for passing is not important. I think you have to, the highest score in which subjects that you take, the combination of subjects is more important now. There is no pass percentage in CUET. They also have negative marking, so there is nothing of pass percentage or pass marking in CUET.
One question from Vansh. Do I need to resubmit my CUET form after extension of date if there is no correction?
No, you don't need to. Why should you do it again if there is no correction in it? Be happy. If the form is correct, be happy. Give your board exams.
Next, Amit, it is the eligibility criteria. What's the eligibility for BSc Honors Mathematics?
For this, maths is compulsory, and you can language and maths, and then 2 subjects, and out of which 1 can be from B1 and the 4th can be from B2.
Now the next question, let me see if there is a different question. Mainly they are asking for mathematics. They haven't studied and they want to do science and BCom honors, which they can't do. Gunjan Vyas, I'm not getting, she's asking, tell me about the course in which vaccines and drugs make and combination of subjects.
I don't know. I think you're talking about the syllabus or, the curriculum of the subject. So do look at the, on our website, on Delhi University website, du.ac.in, detailed subject and syllabus and curriculum is also placed on their, on our website with respect to every program. Something which could be most helpful is you can look at courses like microbiology and biochemistry. Maybe these should be helpful. Just look at their curriculum or the syllabus of these courses.
Most of the students, the aspirants, they're not clear about the switching of streams, because many are asking, can we are science, can we go in for arts? And most of the students are asking this.
So You see, this is very simple, and Amit sir will also explain it more. It's very simple. जो आपने कक्षा 12वीं में पढ़ा है, आप उन्हीं में पेपर दीजिए. जैसे पहले साइंस वाले स्टूडेंट्स ह्यूमैनिटीज और कॉमर्स दे सकते थे, वो वैसे ही रहेगा. आप अगर साइंस के स्टूडेंट है, अगर आपने फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथ्स और बायोलॉजी में पेपर दिया है और अब आप हिस्ट्री ऑनर्स करना चाहते हैं, तो हम आपके इन विषयों में ही जो हाईएस्ट मार्क्स होंगे उनके बेसिस पे बाकी, और किसी बच्चे ने मान लीजिए पेपर दिया पॉलिटिकल साइंस, हिस्ट्री, इंग्लिश और इकोनॉमिक्स में, तो ये दो बच्चे, एक ने साइंस के पेपर चुने और एक ने ये वाले पेपर चुने ह्यूमैनिटीज के, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. जब हम आपका मेरिट देखेंगे तो हमारी जो एलिजिबिलिटी हिस्ट्री ऑनर्स की है वो आपके एक लैंग्वेज और कोई 3 विषय, तो 1 लैंग्वेज और इन चारों का टोटल करके आपकी सब बच्चों की मेरिट और हाईएस्ट स्कोर होगा, और उसके बेसिस पे होगा जो बच्चे बीए ऑनर्स हिस्ट्री के लिए ऑप्ट करेंगे. Now what you have to look forward is that once this registration process is over, very soon Delhi University will open a counseling platform. उसमें आप जो प्रोग्राम में एडमिशन लेना चाहते हैं और जिन कॉलेजेस में लेना चाहते हैं, उनका आपको चयन करना पड़ेगा, उनकी आपको प्रेफरेंसेस दी जाएगी. बहुत जल्द ये सारा भी हमारी वेबसाइट पे आ जाएगा कि दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी का काउंसलिंग प्लेटफॉर्म कैसा होगा. तो अभी आपने जो क्लास 12 में पढ़ा है उसमें पेपर दीजिए, इलस्ट्रेटिव एग्जाम्पल दीजिए. उसमें भी हमने इन चीजों का जवाब दिया है कि अगर आपने हिस्ट्री नहीं भी पढ़ी है तब भी आप हिस्ट्री ऑनर्स कर सकते हैं, अगर आप साइंस के स्टूडेंट हैं तब भी आप ह्यूमैनिटीज के पेपर्स दे सकते हैं और उनमें ग्रेजुएशन कर सकते हैं. बस एलिजिबिलिटीज आपको देनी. तो इलस्ट्रेटिव एग्जाम्पल देखिए, दिस विल ऑल्सो हेल्प यू इन क्लैरिफाइंग दिस एस्पेक्ट. Now the only thing that we have to look forward is do your paper, go and give the exam. अभी बोर्ड एग्जाम, इसके बाद CUET का जब भी होगा जुलाई में, and simultaneously keep looking at our website for a counseling portal where you have to select the colleges and the courses in which you wish to take the admission. Amit sir, would you like to add something to this?
That is quite आपने बहुत डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन करते हैं. So you take, consider it like this: you take one language, that is compulsory. If a student is appearing in CUET, he has to take one language. So मान लो उसने एक लैंग्वेज लिया और B1 से उसने 2 सब्जेक्ट्स लिए और B2 से उसने 1 सब्जेक्ट लिया. मान लीजिए ये 4 सब्जेक्ट वो लेता. इन 4 सब्जेक्ट्स के जितने भी कॉम्बिनेशंस बनेंगे, वो जहां भी एलिजिबल है स्टूडेंट, वो ऑटोमेटिकली उसमें एलिजिबल होगा और उसका स्कोर कंसिडर होगा विदाउट एनी पेनल्टी. तो वो साइंस से पॉलिटिकल साइंस में जा रहा है या हिस्ट्री में जा रहा है या किसी लैंग्वेज कोर्स में जा रहा है, अगर वो एलिजिबिलिटी को फुलफिल कर रहा है और उसके मार्क्स रैंक उसकी आ रही है, तो उसको वो मिलेगा विदाउट एनी पेनल्टी. और हम सारे कॉम्बिनेशंस उसके पिक करेंगे, सारी जगह उसकी एलिजिबिलिटीज को हम चेक करेंगे. वो इन 4 पेपर के साथ वो, जैसे मैंने अभी एक स्लाइड में दिखाया था बीए ऑनर्स कोर्सेज, उनकी सबकी 8-10 प्रोग्राम की एक ही एलिजिबिलिटी है. सो अगर आप उस एलिजिबिलिटी को फुलफिल कर रहे हैं तो आप उन सारे प्रोग्राम्स में एलिजिबल हो जाते हैं. अब आप उन प्रोग्राम्स में रैंक वाइज क्वालिफाई करते हैं या नहीं, ये अलग बात है, बट आप एलिजिबल हो जाते हैं विदाउट एनी पेनल्टी एंड यू विल बी कंसिडर्ड फॉर एडमिशन.
डॉक्टर अमित, एक तो ये स्ट्रीम चेंज की जैसे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, स्ट्रीम चेंज में डाउट था, और दूसरा जनरल टेस्ट में कब देना है और कब नहीं देना और कब कंपल्सरी मैंडेटरी, दे आर आस्किंग दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स.
वैसे तो मैम ने जब बताया था तो उन्होंने काफी इसके बारे में बता दिया था. ये CUET का जो 3rd सेक्शन है वो जनरल टेस्ट है. ये तो एक बात है. द 3rd सेक्शन ऑफ CUET इज जनरल टेस्ट. नाउ स्टूडेंट हैव द ऑप्शन ऑफ appearing in it or not. ये उनकी चॉइस है. But there are many programs in Delhi University like BA program, vocational programs, BSc pass, and other pass open eligibility programs where the student can take admission by appearing in general test. That is point number 2. For many courses, honors courses, science courses, and humanities courses, honors courses, this will not be considered. For many programs, this will be considered. So if you appear in this test, if you appear in this general test, you become eligible for BA program, BCom pass, BSc pass, and vocational subjects. Okay. Now, how to appear? आप उसको जैसे CUET का फॉर्म भरेंगे, there are 2 slots, and you can choose general test. I think it is there in the slot 1. सो आप वहां पर चूज करके इनके साथ ही आप अपेयर हो जाइए, और इतने सारे प्रोग्राम जो मैंने अभी बताए उसके लिए आप एलिजिबल हो जाते हैं बाय अपियरिंग इन दिस जनरल टेस्ट.
Thank you, Dr. Amit. I think we'll take the last question because most of the questions were related to only stream change and general test. An art student, she wants to go in for BSc Honors Computer Science. So is it possible, she's saying?
For arts?
Yes, yes.
For BSc Computer Science, maths is compulsory. So if she has studied maths at 12th class, then she is eligible. The other subjects can be science, arts, or whatever, humanities. But mathematics is compulsory. So if she has mathematics, then she is eligible. Otherwise, not.
So I'll take the last question. This is from Gunjan Vyas. Should I take genetic engineering and biotechnology both? And then please tell my doing these subjects, I make vaccines and drugs. She's more interested in that.
So इसका तो मैम ने आंसर कर ही दिया है कि she has to look at this syllabus which is offered by the University of Delhi. If she अगर ये जानना चाह रही हैं कि कहाँ पर ये ऐसा पढ़ सकते हैं या कर सकती हैं, तो सिलेबस देखना पड़ेगा, और उसके अकॉर्डिंग उनको अपनी whatever she has studied in 12th class, उसके अकॉर्डिंग she will have to choose the papers in CUET, and यही हम यहाँ पर तो एडवाइस कर सकते हैं.
Thank you, Dr. Amit. Now with this, we come to the end of our webinar on the UG admissions. I would like to invite the Staff Council Secretary of our college, Dr. Manika Jain, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Vinita. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, yes, you are audible.
On behalf of the entire ARSD fraternity, I extend sincere gratitude and thanks to the esteemed panel of experts for such beautiful discussion on the topic and releasing the panic button, which has been long pondering on amongst the students. I thank Dr. Vikas Gupta for enlightening our prospects on how University of Delhi has relaxed the admission criteria and the process with the introduction of CUCT. Thank you, Professor Haneet Gandhi ma'am, for such lucid explanation to the admission eligibility criteria, content of CUCT, registration process, and how tutorials and videos are available in this respect on the Delhi University admission website. Thank you, Dr. Amit Pundir, for emphasizing and through such a beautiful lucid presentation, the eligibility criteria of the CET, and at the same time comparing it with the previous criteria for the benefit of the students. My vote of thanks will not be complete if I do not thank such pertinent, informative, and thoughtful forums for the benefit of both the present and the potential stakeholders of the institution. I also thank Dr. Vinita Tuli, IQAC coordinator and webinar committee convener, for such meticulous organization and seamless coordination of the entire webinar. I thank her team as well through this platform. Last, but definitely not the least, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to the faculty members and the prospective students for being such an attentive and enthusiastic participation. Thank you, all of you. We hope to see you soon through this admission process. Back to Vinita, ma'am.
Thank you, Manika. With this, we come to an end.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Haneet ji or Amit ji, for joining this webinar.
Thank you so much for giving us this platform to interact with faculty members.
बहुत अच्छा लगा.
जी sir. Same here, sir.
Ravinder, you can end it now.